So in those 2 years we have expanded to so many countries already, and in the next year we plan 15 more countries, so within this year. Our first anniversary we celebrated last year in May. We celebrated on the biggest arena in Almaty. I think it's also in Kazakhstan. There were 8,000 people, celebrating the first anniversary of the company. And so we have grown so quickly, and by now, for example, we already have 600,000 people in the company. And the reason why the company has grown so dramatically, so quickly, is that it has a fantastic compensation plan, so people can really earn money starting from their first days and earn really good money to be able to buy all this stuff, right? And the second reason is fantastically effective, 100% natural products. So if you Google in the internet, unfortunately it's all in Russian yet because we have been big on the Russian-speaking markets, you'll find hundreds of people sharing their stories that they have very good results related to, let's say, diabetes, or being overweight, or anything related to heart diseases, or even we have very good results with cancer patients. So the products work very well because they consist of 189 different herbal essences, and that makes this product so natural and so effective. And our products are a result of research and development of more than 60 different scientists in 3 countries. So in Russia, in Kyrgyzstan, and in Kazakhstan. The research has started in Soviet Union and was continued in Kazakhstan. So let's talk about on some other lives. I'll talk more about products, but today we'll talk more about money. So Global Trend Company has what we call hybrid compensation plan. So it's classical and binary. So for those of you who don't know, we'll be just getting into more details. So we have 7 different incomes, and some of the incomes you get immediately after you sign up a person. Some of them are on a weekly basis, and some are on a monthly basis. So first income is called referral. So referral bonus. Before we start the bonuses, let's discuss firstly how you can join our company. So in order to be able to earn any money, we know that we need to invest to start any business, right? So it's the same with our business as well. When you start, you can start in our company with 4 different packages. And first one is, we'll be using PV, point volume. So first entrance is 50 point volume. Second one is 100 point volume, 200, and 500. So obviously the cost is different and the price is different for different countries because it's a generic presentation for people who will be listening from different countries. I can't say the price in dollars because the price will be different in different countries due to the customs clearance, the transportation costs, and etc. Right? Once we open the country, we have all the legal documents, we have a set up fixed price for each country. So this is a package that you can start our business with, and the 50 PV package is the client package, and you can only get the referral bonus when you start with this client package. But all the other packages are what we call business packages. You can actually start earning with all the 7 different incomes. If you start with any of the packages. 500 PV is what we call manager package, or you can call it a jump start package, because you jump to one level in the career ladder. So you could say roughly that 50 PV would be more than $50, more than $100, more than $200, and more than $500. But it would be deferred to each country how much more. Okay? That's just to give you an idea. So once you start with the company and you get the product and you get a good result from using that product, right? So some people, for example, get good results with their allergy. Some start to sleep well. Some feel that their health is better. So what was your name? I'm sorry. What's your name? I forgot. Yedda. Okay. So I'll share my mom's example. Can I ask you a question? Or? No.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Okay, great. So can you share what good results you felt after using our product? Or your mom, maybe?
This part.
Can you share what effect your mom felt after she used the product?
Ну, не особо такие эффекты были. Ну, как говорится. Не могу там говорить, одно понимаю.
Ну давай, ты скажи, какой эффект получила мама после употребления?
Ну, употребление, у него возраст 48, но у него сейчас взгляд не такой, примерно 35-36.
Выглядит, да?
Да, выглядит, моложе выглядит.
Okay, so what our friend is sharing, that his mom is 47 or 48 years old, but when you look at her, you wouldn't give her more than 35, he says. That's a great thing, right? If you can look better by 10 years at least. So everyone gets different results. And so when you start using the product and you get a good result, what you start to do, you naturally want to share it. If you, for example, go to a good restaurant, do you want to tell your friends that yesterday you've been to a great place, hey guys, let's go there next time, right? So you do the same thing, and that's how MLM works. We start using something, and then we naturally start recommending it to other people. So when we recommend it to other people and they start using it, you get what you call referral bonus. So if your friends start using, if they buy a small package, a client package for 50 PV, you get, so you can get referral bonus in two amounts. One is 10 PV, and for payment purposes, PV is equal to, 1 PV is equal to $0.65. So 10 PV then means $6.5. If your friends, the one that you recommend, start buying any of these packages, 100, 200 or 500, then you get 20 PV. And 20 PV is $13. Okay? So
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you identify that this person used my referral?
Yeah. So what they do is when we have a contact application form, when they get to buy our products in any office in any country, they fill up the form and they say that the person who recommended me is, for example, Vlad, and as soon as you get registered in the company, you get your own number. For example, if you're a US citizen, you would get US and then blah 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 numbers. For example, I'm from Kazakhstan, so my ID is KZ and then all the numbers. So they'll be using your ID, and from any part of the world, they can sign up in any office and just use your ID. And you'll be getting your bonuses on your account. So referral bonus is, so let's say Vlad starts with the company, and he signs up for a standard package for 100 PV. And let's say Vlad recommends it to his friends, friend 1, let's say, and friend 2. So let's say both of them get a standard package as well, 100 PV and 100 PV. So how much referral bonus would Vlad get? Because they signed up for the bigger packages, he would get 20 PV, yeah, $30 for each. So from inviting this person, he would get 20 PV, and from inviting this person, a referral bonus would be 20 PV. Okay, you'll have them in your wallet. And then the second bonus is, because it's a binary, so when you sign up people, the only way you can sign up people is to the right and to the left. There's no other way you can put your people. Okay, so the first person who joined, you can put them either right, and then you can put the other person on the left side. So the next bonus is team bonus. And the biggest difference is that in referral bonus is you get this money from the work that you personally do. And in the team bonus, as you can understand from the name, you get the money from the work that your team does. So how does it work? For example, let's say Vlad invited his first friend and second friend, yeah? And then his friend, he invited a person as well. So let's call him
Peter.
And then let's say another friend
Jessica.
invites Jessica. Okay? So maybe Vlad doesn't even know Peter or Jessica. Okay? This is the friends. They have invited these people. So because friend one invited Peter, he invited personally. So the referral bonus, he gets a referral bonus, right? Because friend one invited Peter, he gets the referral bonus. But because Vlad invited his first friend in the first place, whatever volume will be, whatever sales will be done, let's say by his first friend, it will still go to his team bonus. And how do you calculate? And for example, Jessica, he also doesn't know her, but whatever volume is done by his friend or then by Jessica, starts inviting other people, right? So that all volume goes to Vlad because he invited the first people who started inviting others. My mom's upline, she is a top earner in our company, and in her team she has almost 200,000 people. And that all started for her by just inviting 5 people.
Wow.
And then they just invite others, and that's how it works. So how we calculate the team bonus? Team bonus is calculated, it's a binary bonus, and we calculate it for what we call the binary pair. So when you have 100 PV on your one side and 100 PV on the other side, we call it a binary pair. So for each binary pair, in the beginning, when you are just a partner, when you start, you get 10 PV. 10 PV multiplied by 0.65 is $6.5, right? So for this pair, Vlad would get 6 and 5. He did not personally invite Peter and Jessica, but because it's a team bonus, he will still get for this binary pair another $6.5. But of course, we want to earn more from the same work that we do. Right? That's why we excel in our career. Right? We want to go high up the career ladder to get a higher salary for working the same hours. So it works the same way in our company as well. So if you want to earn more for each binary pair, for example, not 10 PV, but 15 PV, you have to go up on a career ladder. And the next step is manager. So when you are a manager, you get 15 PV, which is almost $10 for the same binary pair. And how do you become manager? You invite 5 people. So the whole marketing works more or less on 5 people working. And so when you invite your first friend, second friend, and then you want to invite the third friend. And the only way you can sign him up in this company, he will go either here or here, because you can put them only on the right or on the left, right? So we have the third friend here, let's say fourth friend here, and fifth friend here. So let's say they did, like let's calculate, for example, in 1 week, that this side did 1,000 PV, and this side did 2,000 PV. Okay, so binary pairs for 100 PV, right? So here we have 20, 100 contracts, and here we have 10. clear so far? What?
Those friends, fourth and fifth friend, I didn't invite them. My team invited them, right?
No, it's your personal friends.
Yeah, but why you put it inside the team, not like right away next to my name? Why did you put it like lower, into lower level? Because
it's a binary marketing plan. It's a
Mhm.
binary compensation. So whoever comes next goes down. So this is.
So I can have only 2 straight friends. And after,
no.
after
You
second
have,
one,
they are all your friends. They will be your first line, what we call.
okay.
So it's your first line, and those 5 people are your first line. But because it's a binary, and you can only put people on the right and on the left, whoever comes next goes after the people who are already in the system.
Okay.
But they will be personally your first line. So the good thing and the beauty of speed here shows that if you would have come earlier, this person, for example, he would be here, right?
Oh yeah.
And whatever Peter would do, it would help his volume on one side. So it's better to come as early as possible.
Okay. So the friend number 5.
Yeah, he came the latest.
From the friend number 5, Peter gets money too.
Peter gets his volume. So
If I invited friend number 5,
he will be getting a team bonus, but in a way. So for Pete, for example, he also should have 2 legs, what we call. So one of them would be this leg for him, and then he would have what we call internal leg. So he would be signing up his own friends over here, and then his first person would go also either this way or this way. So
right.
Pete's friend will go under your friend,
Okay.
number 5. So it's a good thing that we actually help each other. So the work that you do, it will go to your friend and to Pete. If they're in one line, they actually help each other. It's a beautiful thing about that. So when you sign up your 5 friends, you become manager and you get 15 PV for each binary pair. So of course, the people that you invite, they also want to grow. And as soon as they become managers, as soon as you have 5 managers, you become bronze. You become bronze and you earn 20 PV from the same each binary pair. And then we have, if you have, and the beautiful other thing is, so let's say for example this 5th person, right? Ideally, when each of your friend becomes manager, so this becomes manager, this manager, then you become bronze. But let's say for whatever reason, this 5th person, he or she cannot invite those 5 people. For whatever reason, she decided not to work. But any of those people that she personally invited became interested in this business, and he or she became manager quicker. For example, let's say this person became manager as well. So although he's not your first line, he may be your 2nd, 3rd, or like 10th line, in whatever depth you want. But still, he will be counting for you for those 5 managers that you need to become bronze. It's also, like an easy point, easier center.
Right.
And then, for example, let's say 2,000 PV on this side, 1,000 PV on this side. So if you calculate the salary, and this person, let's say, is a bronze director, for each pair, you'll be getting 20 PV. We multiply PV by 0.65, so it will be $13.
И просто погромче.
Sure. So we have 20 contracts on this side and 10 contracts on this side, right? We calculated by 100. So so how many pairs we can have here? If there's only 10 here and 20 here. Those are 10 binary pairs, right? Because it's less here. So we have 10 pairs. And because Vlad by that time is a bronze director, for each we can get $13. So 10 pairs by $13, that will be $130, and that's the team bonus and the referral bonus from each of them, 5 people by certain dollars, that would be $65. $65 in referral bonus and $130 in team bonus. And then as you grow, and the other beautiful point is, so the system will calculate this salary to your wallet, and then because it's calculated this salary, it now will be 0 at the end of the week after you get all your salary. And from here they will deduct those 1,000 points, but 1,000 points will remain, right? So what happens to those 1,000 points? There are some compensation plans where the money actually gets what they call expired, you know, like after any period, a month or maybe a quarterly period. But here, those point volumes, they just wait for you. They don't expire. The company has been already working for 2 years, and the points are still gathering. So how we grow later? So we have bronze directors, and when your managers or anyone like from your team, when 5 of them becomes bronze director, you become what we call silver director. And silver director gets more, so he or she gets 22 PV. Then we have a gold director, who gets 23 PV, and we have a diamond director. You can actually go to our website, globaltrendcompany.com, and we can now translate, right? It's still in Russian, but you can still translate. There's a tab, marketing plan, and there you can find the numbers. For example, how much volume do you need to create to become a silver director, a gold, or a diamond, okay? And diamond director gets 25 PV. So basically for each binary pair you can get 10 PV or to 25. So from 10 to 25% from like 100 PV contract. So, and the other beautiful thing is that once you reach any level, like a manager or a silver or a gold or a diamond director, any level you reach, there's no need to what they call confirm your status. Like for example, in some compensation plans, in order to confirm your status that you are a silver director or a gold director, you need to be making monthly sales in this or that amount. And that's obviously hassle, right? So you need to rush your team to do that, and some weeks may be strong and some weeks may be smaller. So in some companies, they have to make like personal purchases, you know, to be able to make that mark and not to lose your status. So luckily here, you don't need to do that. So once you get any status you reach, you keep that status. And another beautiful thing is that there are also no restrictions on how fast you reach any status. So for example, let's say diamond director, that is the highest level that we have in the company, and there are, I think, 33 diamond directors, yeah? Mm-hmm. 33 diamond directors we have so far in those 2 years, and some of them became diamond director in 5 months, and some of them, it took them almost 2 years to become that, and it doesn't matter, like there's no need to rush. So that's about the second team bonus, and the third bonus is what we call matching bonus. And the matching bonus is a very sweet bonus that you also get it from your teamwork. I mean, the whole MLM business is about you teaching other people to earn money, and then you get money from them. And matching bonus is you get a share, you get a percentage from your weekly team bonus of your first line, second line, and third line, depending on your status. So when you just start, when you're a partner and a manager, you will get 10% from your first line. So let's say your first line, somebody earned $100, somebody earned $1,000, somebody earned $500. You will get 10% from each of them, from your first line. So, and when you grow and you become a bronze or silver director, you get from your first line and the second line. So let's say if in first line we generally have 5 people, so your second line would be 5 by 5, 25 people. And then when you grow further, gold or diamond director, you will get 10% from your first line, second and third line. And when my upline, my sponsor, she shifted from silver to gold director, her matching bonus has increased dramatically because it's not arithmetical, right? So we have 5 people here, 25 people here. In the third line, we would have 125 people. So it's a great advantage to grow on the career line. And another great thing is about the marketing plan. So let's say this friend number 5 is your first line, right? And then we have a second line, and then let's say this manager is a third line. So for some reason, let's say this friend number 5 has quit the business, yeah? So he or she became inactive. And you are already a gold director, so you would get from 3 lines. And because this friend is inactive now, inactive in the system, the company says, okay, I will not count him, so he will be like a 0 level, and then you go deeper, 1, 2, and 3. You would actually be getting the 10% from your 4th line, because he is inactive. Because the company said, I promise that you would get from 3 levels, you will be getting those 3 levels, even if any of them will be inactive. You just go deeper. Which is fantastic. I love the founders of the company. They are MLM professionals, and they have experience more than 16 and 18 years, and they were top owners in their previous company. So they have earned their share of millions of dollars in the previous companies. That's why they've divided, like a very fair compensation plan. So we have covered referral bonus, team bonus, and matching bonus, and it gets easier and quicker from here. So the 4th is activation. So as soon as you start earning in the company, and you earn more than 200 PV, 300 PV, more than 300 PV in a month. As soon as you earn more than 300 PV in a month, you have to make what we call activation purchase for 50 PV, the smallest packages we have. So you do a purchase for 50 PV, and but I said activation bonus, right? Why am I telling you that you have to actually spend money, right, to spend 50 PV? And the reason is that you want your team to start earning too, right? So you teach them how to earn money, and they start to making those activation purchases because they start earning money, right? And from whatever purchase they make, you get bonus from that. From the first line, you get 10%, from the second line, 5%, from the third line, 3%, and you can go as deep as 9 levels when you are on the level of diamond directors. And in one video recordings we will do, you can actually calculate that you can get like $1 million if you have an active 9 level depth active structure. So the 5th bonus is a voyage. So it's a trip to a warm country, and you earn the right for that once you become silver director. And how do we become silver director? It's 5 bronze directors. So about the trips. When the company just started in the 2018, right? So the first silver directors, they were more than 30 people, and they went to Turkey in 36 in summer of 2018. And then just half a year later, in February, more than 200 people went to Dubai. And last year in autumn, So me and Renela, you were there as well?
Yes.
So John was there. There were more than 400 people. Can you imagine? There were like 2 planes. One plane from Almaty and one plane from Astana. It was like only our people on board. It was fantastic. Like 8 buses in Egypt. Like whenever we travel, we're like huge. And it was a lot of fun. So the company pays airfare, your stay, your food and stuff. And you enjoy and you can go with your team. So the next trip is in March to Dubai. And next bonus is development bonus. And as you can understand from the name, you get the money when you develop or help a leader to grow. So once you become yourself a silver director and you teach and here pay attention, any of your first lines, you help them to grow any of your first line to become a silver director, then you get a bonus of 600, you get 1,000 people. So once you're silver director yourself, and your first line is silver as well, you get 1,000 PV. And 1,000 PV times 0.65, that's $650. But here we actually have a requirement, and the requirement is in terms of time. Once your partner is registered, he has to become silver director within 3 months in order for you to be able to get this bonus. So obviously it can take him longer, then you just don't get the bonus, but he can still become a silver director and enjoy all the benefits. The same goes with the gold director. So once you yourself become a gold director and you help your first line to become gold as well, you get 3 times more. So that's 3,000 PV, and that's $1,500. And here we have a time frame as well. That's 6 months. And about the activation bonus, there's actually one rule that I forget to add. There is what we call
This is all really nice. We can learn it as we grow. When we're gonna grow, we're gonna be interested how much we're gonna make in next year and so on. But can you talk about sales marketing? Can you talk about actually how people advertise their products? Which way is the best way to market it? What kind of ideas? What's the best ideas they have? Can you talk about this?
Because it's an official presentation,
okay.
I have to present all the 7 bonuses and then we discuss.
Right.
So about the activation bonus, there is what's called a prolongation fee. And prolongation fee is, the rule is if in a year you make activation purchases for less than 200 PV, then once a year you have to confirm to the company that you actually want to continue to work with the company, and you have to make once in a year a prolongation fee purchase for 100 PV. Okay? But if you make what we call activation purchases for more than 200 in a year, then you don't need to do that. Okay? So the development bonus is 6. We covered that if you become silver, you grow silver, you get $650. You become gold, you grow your first line to become gold, you get $1,950. And the last bonus is a leadership bonus. And leadership bonus is something that we actually have, I said diamond director is the highest level, but we actually have a higher level than that. It's a global diamond director. And there are no global diamond directors so far, but on the next conference in Moscow, which will be in like a week, next weekend, This weekend. This weekend, this weekend the Moscow conference will be, and the first global diamond director will be announced. So we're like super excited to find out who that is. And so a global diamond director is entitled to get 1% from the net profit from the global turnover of the companies. So you don't just get from your own team, you get from the global turnover of the country. 1% from the net profit, and you get it once we close the year, the financial year. And so this is a compensation plan of the company, and we would really like to, if you have any more questions, you can write to me in my direct, or you can ask the people who have invited you here. And we'd really like to invite you for our 2nd anniversary. It's going to be a grand event as well. It's going to be the 9th and 10th of May in Almaty, on the biggest arena as well, in Almaty Arena. It's going to be fantastic 2 days with a lot of top singers and celebrating our top leaders, and you will get to hear the stories of people who have healed themselves, and one of our top leaders jokes, managed to heal their wallets as well. So like to hear financial success as well. And thank you very much for joining and listening. Have a great time. So the way we sell, it's different in different countries, and we can, so far with different countries, we solve it now on a one-to-one basis, so for example we talk with you, and then he talks with his upline, and like with any diamond director who is able to solve any issue, and then we would be sending a package and stuff like that. So that's how we work with countries that are not officially open yet. So we've been sending to, let's say, Estonia, and South Korea is still not open, so they just send packages. And because it's MLM is mouse to mouse, so people have used this product and they share the result that they get, so they don't, the person on the other side, he doesn't ask for any documents or any stuff like that. So in the beginning it works like this. But
any internet sales examples? Any internet sales examples you have in any country?
We have a lot of. We have lots of what we call Insta shops.
What is that?
So you would open your own Instagram account, and you would be.
That's interesting. I want to see that.
Yeah, you would be advertising.
Yeah.
I can show you.
That's really interesting. Insta works really well right now.
Absolutely, because people. So let's say this, for example.
See,
so this is an Instagram account of a girl in Astana. So she puts out stuff about baby product, and I'm sure what we use the most is we would be sharing. She doesn't have it, but we usually have a person would be sharing his or her results.
Right. I can check that later.
I had diabetes, and then I use this product for blah 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 months.
Can you add me to your Insta somewhere? I can check that later, but
what's yours?
DJ.
So we have lots of, on YouTube, you would have lots of videos with people sharing about their results. but the problem is that they're all in Russian. So I was thinking about adding subtitles. I mean, before we have anyone getting results who can speak in English.
Maybe I can contact somebody inside the company who are interested in building websites in English and translate the Russian version of the website. Maybe I can help with translation or like because I am interested in adding information in English, and I will be more interested if it's gonna be directly connected to me, because I'm gonna be able to make much more money this way. Because
That's why
being a first person, it's like really interesting for me.
That's why what you do is it's better to create your own website.
That's why I'm asking. Maybe I can get some help from the people who are dealing with your website. Connect to them directly and maybe ask them to even register the website for me and upload all the information that I can just easily access the texts and explanations and just translate them.
My website is open, right?
Yeah.
So you can just go to our website and get the information from there on your own. And
Are they gonna be talking to me?
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
because usually those people don't talk, you know. It's really hard to get in contact with them.
yeah, and in my
Like,
in
who
my
are you?
personal opinion, it's not the best website anyway. In my opinion.
Yeah, but still, I can, you know, you have all the explanation already here, and it's hard to start it from zero if you already.
Yes. I mean, I understand that you need content.
Right.
Yeah. So the website actually is not very full with content. So
Does it has all those diagrams what you were explaining today?
this marketing plan is definitely marketing plan. So this is a client, and you do a small pack, 50 PV. This one is definitely here. So this page I like. It's like it has all the information.
At least that's gonna work for me really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So we can just copy it from here and then arrange it the way we want. And then but the part about the product, it's actually not that good over here. So we have to create the content on our own. You know, like from the presentations that we hear, and then we have conference.
You're talking about Instagram content?
Any content. Like if we want to do in Instagram or creating our own website, you would still have to, grab the pieces and
Connect them together.
yeah. So
I
there
would be
is
interested.
actually no practical use in getting in touch with the people who are doing the website.
Okay. Yeah. Because I have allergy for the computers. I don't want.
Yeah, I got that. So you
Right.
wanted someone to do. I mean, you would have to have someone on your team who would be willing to do that, I guess. And I mean, I'm going in April to India, and I definitely need some stuff in English and at least some sort of page, that I could send to people and show them so that they could, it's very easy. So we would. I know there are pretty good ones. So some people just drafted up themselves in Russian. So just need to read and prepare something on your own in English.
Because if I would be able to contact the original person who made the website, I would just maybe ask him to register the website. Maybe I would be interested in invest some money for opening the website and just make a copy of the content that they can just take it and translate straight on a website. Maybe start from there. It would be really helpful.
You don't need to do that with this. It's a Ukrainian company that is doing our website.
Can I
Because
contact them? That's what my main interest is.
they work with. I mean, it's the name of the company because it says developed by.
Right.
But they work with like MLM companies, you see.
Mhm.
So they wouldn't do it like for a person. And
Who I need to contact in MLM to get permission and ask them to contact with Flawless company to be able to download the content.
there is
For
there is
translation.
no content that you cannot download without asking any. I mean, you can go to the global trend company and just download everything on your own. There's like nothing that you cannot download. I mean, if it's a picture, then you can just download the picture.
Right. It's just a big work.
Save the image.
Right. But it's just a big work to put
It's
it.
a proprietary
put it-
website of the global trend, so they will not share and give it the same thing to you. So if you want to make something of your own, you gotta take something from here and
Right.
then add it up, twist it up, do something, and then
Yourself,
make it
right.
your own. They will not give you like the same thing in English because it's got to be like a
Mhm.
corporate website.
Right.
That. When are you going back? Or you want to start from here?
In a month.
In a month.
Maybe you know some people here in Kazakhstan, some
Who
good
would do on a website?
companies here who have a good pricing and who would be able to do this work for me because
I have a friend. So I'll ask her.
that Instagram page is yours or somebody else's?
Elmira
did-
GTC,
What
isn't
you
it?
just gave it to me.
That's mine.
Okay.
But I'm not doing sales per se, like I said the others do. But you can check on my like the people that I follow,
Okay.
and some of them do it like a. So some of them do it as a like a top leader. So they just show about their lifestyle and stuff like that. And some of them make it like an Instagram shop. So you can check out the people that.
Any other shop examples except Instagram?
Instagram is huge, like it's convenient.
Yeah, it is.
We have what we call.
But do they have like a possibility to click and buy straight in the something?
It's just
Any examples like this? Like you can really order online
no.
the product, no?
No.
Okay.
And the reason is a lot because the way MLM works is, and I really don't know how. It's mouse to mouse, and you recommend 5 people, and then they recommend 5 people, and then how you grow.
Alright.
So if you have a shop,
You cannot sign anybody up.
I mean, you can sign up, but then I don't know how you would need to. So for example, let's say you sold 100 items, right? So you would still need them to, like the biggest money is not from referral bonus. It's not that big. The biggest money is in the team bonus. So you have to sign them, all those people in like your first line and then your second line
Right.
and then your third line and then you become gold and so it grows like this. So what we would, I think, encourage is to have, I don't know actually. We haven't started working in like quite developed markets, so I don't know what would be the. So when I go to India, I definitely need to come up with some solution because they're like very IT savvy, like you can order anything in any shape, and
Right.
like they are very into IT. So we would definitely need to work out something with them as well.
Okay. Pretty interesting.
It is, and it's so exciting, like because we speak English, the whole, like all the markets are in front of us.
Right. And I feel like the first one in the American market is huge. I'm like,
Я тоже сильно так не работал, там у меня, и то мои дети, сейчас я им бизнес-места сделал, и то у меня там уже 300 с чем-то человек уже в разных странах, поэтому переведите просто.
So he's saying, I haven't even actually worked that hard, you know, and it's my kids and they people from different countries. And he's saying that I already have 300 people in my team, and so people from different countries are using the product from my team.
Да, сейчас через интернет можно.
Ну вот он говорит, да,
Да,
что
да.
за интернет нужно вот как-то его
what do
поддержать.
you use in internet? Instagram?
Как вы это вот людей...
Нет, дело в том, что сейчас я делаю сайт и немножко по таргетингу целевая аудитория. То есть это, ну, есть сейчас новые методы. Сейчас осваиваю новые методы.
So he is developing a website actually.
Oh,
So you could...
So I can copy your website.
Да, и у меня есть человек.
No, just translate it.
Да.
I mean, he's interested for you to earn money.
У меня
anyway,
есть человек
so
тоже.
just sharing it, everything here.
В моей команде человек, который преподает английский язык, она сейчас будет вот это все переводить, и, ну, чтобы для работы я
So
могу...
he has someone in his team who speaks English and who will be able to translate the... You're my mom's downline actually.
Да, я могу поделиться спокойно,
And he would be happy to share.
помогать. Тем более, что сейчас его нет еще в других странах, и это даже хорошо.
So because he's saying like we're still not present in many markets.
That's what I love. That's what I love, yes. It's really
Все, Австралия, Европа,
Right. That's huge.
Чина,
That's
Индия.
huge.
Да.
It's like no limits.
Yeah.
А с чего ему надо начинать вот сейчас?
Ему надо начать употреблять продукт.
Ну, вы ему сказали уже, да? Потому что мы с ним общаемся через переводчика. А как
So what for you, the first steps that you start is you sign up and you start using the products.
Он уже, приобретая продукт, уже получает место и может уже приглашать. У меня один человек в Америке, он сам казахстанский, у него уже структура там идет, даже в Америке. Также в Израиле.
So he says he already has some partners in US, and those partners have already invited other people.
У него в Англии пошла,
So
в Африке.
even,
Там,
partners
он
in
тоже
in
как-то
England,
там.
and
Так что
in
можно
Africa.
работать и сейчас даже.
So before, as I say,
And he still uses the mouth to mouth?
yeah. Как вы этих людей находите?
Нет, дело в том, что это мои знакомые в основном были.
Yeah. So
Но
it's people he knows.
у каждого человека есть
And
50 знакомых.
And then those people know other people, right?
Из них 5-то уж можно найти. 5. 5. Что там, 5? У тех 5, у всех 5, 5, 5,
That's
5.
incredible. Just 5 people.
I know, like my mom's upline, 5 people and she has 200,000 people. I mean, my mom, she has, I'm curious, how many? So my mom maybe invited like 10 people as well.
Можно больше, конечно. Можно 5, 10,
Of course,
11
it's unlimited.
people.
The more than better.
Да.
Right.
Здесь принцип дубликации. То, что сам научился, надо обучить ближайших.
Yeah. So you just your partners duplicate what you do.
Okay, I don't want to hold you down. Everything I can learn on my own from those websites you're
Yeah,
going
so
to
you
give
see,
me.
it's my mom's, it's 100 people. 101,000.
Wow.
6 people. And she just personally invited just 9 people.
Oh,
А есть еще больше, да? Есть же больше
No,
еще.
it's just
wow.
how it grows, you know?
Cool.
You invite 5, they
So
invite 5, they
interesting.
invite 5. And then it just
Yeah, unlimited.
bombs. It's
Good,
very
very
nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
it was very nice.
Придет время, будет миллион.
Да, да, он как бы этот заинтересован, вы ему теперь технически помогите, да, то есть он хочет, мы спим.
Okay.
Давайте. А как вот, допустим, сейчас, если у него английский паспорт, но американский, как ему оформлять это?
Вообще, что мы делаем, сейчас я вам скажу, что крайней мере, в Киргизии нас так зарегистрировали. Нас зарегистрировали, он вообще с Таджикистана, у него
Мгм.
таджикистанский
Да, да.
паспорт. Но они его зарегистрировали, не в Киргизии зарегистрировали, они его взяли в Киргизии.